Hey you guys, welcome to Shauna in the kitchen today, and today we are making greens just in time for the holidays. This is kind of in memory of my Uncle Willie Joe, who just passed November the 9th of this year, 2017. And so this was a recipe that he shared with me, and I tried it. It was great, and I thought I would share it with you. So here's how you do it. What I have in front of me is I have some collard greens. I've already cut and everything, washed and cut all of them, but I'm just going to show you what I did. I have collard greens. We're adding chopped onion, some garlic cloves. Let me see if you can see that. Pull it back a little bit. I got some 4 cloves of garlic, and I have a half of a red bell pepper that's chopped, some pepper, salt, and a little bit of sugar. Let me show you what I did. We don't want sweet greens, but collard greens can get very bitter, and so that just cuts on the bitterness with you still tasting the greens. And like I said, I would not give you this had I not tried this out on other people. So I already washed and cut the stems on this, but just I normally just cut them. Usually they're longer, but I'm gonna show you. I'll cut the stems, and then Uncle Willie Joe said to take the greens, roll them up, and then to just cut them into about 1-inch chunks. So that's what I'm gonna do for these collard greens. You can use, I think these seasonings go with any other, with any greens. Right now, you may see behind me, I have some smoked pork neck bones that have been boiling for about 1.5 hours. So I boiled my smoked pork neck bones 1.5 hours. You can use smoked turkey wings. They have more fat on them, which would give more flavor. Some people use ham hocks. You can use ham hocks. But I would use something that was smoked. Or you can use smoked beef neck bones. But you just want to boil them for a long time so that the meat, flavor of the meat rather, can get into the water. Okay, so there's my chopped greens. Let me put this. And then, like I told you, I already chopped some onions. And I want to show you, some of you guys might not know how to chop a garlic clove. So here's my garlic clove, and I'm pulling one with garlic bulb, and I'm pulling one. All you do is take your knife, lay it flat on it, bam, smash that thing. And then this, the skin is going to come right off. And then you can just chop. Okay. Just a little fine chop there. Or you can buy some minced garlic. You can buy some already prepared. So we're going to put 5 cloves in it. We'll see. That's what I have right here. And then, so I'm going to, the next thing you see is you're going to see me putting everything into the pot. So once again, review. We got our chopped collard greens. About 1/4 of an onion. Some about 4 or 5 garlic cloves cut, and half of a red bell pepper. We're gonna season it with, he used Lawry's seasoning salt. That's the only thing. I'm not a Lawry's fan. I like Tony's, but you can use Lawry. I'm using a seasoning salt. That's what you need, a seasoned salt, some pepper, and like I said, just a little bit of sugar and some bacon fat. If you don't want to use bacon fat, just about a tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons of it, or you can just use oil. All right, so I'll be back and you'll see me putting it in. Okay, you guys, so I've already started putting them in, and you can see here are the smoke. Here's the smoked pork neck bone, and I've already put them in. I filled the pot with about halfway with water, so whatever pot you're doing, maybe about halfway is good. And now let me see. I'm going to add, like I said, about 1/4 of the onion, and I cut a half one, so I'm going to see. And there's the garlic. I don't have a smaller cutting board, so. There's my red bell pepper. And I'm going to add a little bit more onion because I like onion. But, it's not like you're going to taste them. Okay. So I'm going to kind of mix those in. And now I actually have some more greens. I'm going to put these up in here. It's all, and it's okay if it's piled up because they're gonna cook down. Now I'm gonna take my, I don't know, this is probably about 2 to 3 teaspoons of salt, seasoning salt. I'm just gonna spread that around a little bit, and we're gonna put this pepper, and you're gonna come back and do it once they cook down. So that's probably about 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna mix that in a little bit. Oh, I lost one of my greens. Okay. Oh well. So we'll kind of mix that in. And then I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of sugar on here. This is about a tablespoon. And I'm going to reserve, I put 2 tablespoons in here, but I'm going to reserve it for when it cooks down some more too. Okay, so I'm just kind of turning it, trying to mix everything up there. Okay, some of the green. All right, so I'm going to put my lid on here. Now I'm going to cook these greens for a total of about an hour. But I'm going to put this on here for 30 minutes. And I'm going to let them cook down. The color's going to change. So we're going to put the lid on it. Cook it for about 30 minutes. Then I'm going to take it off. Taste it, season it a little bit to my liking, and I'm gonna put the lid on for about 10 more minutes, and then the last 15-20 minutes I'm gonna cook it with the top off. Okay, y'all, I forgot to mention that even though the neck bones, were boiling, when you put your greens in, you want to turn them down to a simmer. Okay, you don't want to overcook the green. I don't think it's gonna work if you just boil them. But you want to turn them down to a simmer. And so, like I said, they're gonna simmer for about 30 minutes. Color's gonna change. I'm gonna taste them and see if I need to add any other seasoning. I didn't add the bacon grease yet because I usually add it after that first 30 minutes. Do what you want to do with that. But yeah. So when I come back, they'll be ready. Oh, and shout out to Marissa Matthews, who wanted this. She was like, cook me some greens. So from me and Uncle Willie Joe to you, I hope you like this recipe. Okay, guys, so it has been 30 minutes. And as you can see, the color has changed. It looks like, greens from soul food cooking. But it's only been 30 minutes, so they're going to still need to cook a little longer. I'm going to reach in and just kind of taste them a little bit. And so I'm going to show you how, I will season it. Okay, so I'm going to taste it. Okay, that's real hot. Try again. Blowing. Here we go. So at this point, they need a little salt. And there's some bitterness that's there. So I'm going to sprinkle, not the full tablespoon. So maybe like 1.5 tablespoons, just a little bit. And then I'm going to put the bacon fat in there. Oh, there we go. And since I just did that, let me wash this off. Okay. Because that's nasty to double dip. So, and you may want to use more bacon fat. I don't think it takes that much. But, okay. So I'm going to let that cook down. Probably taste it a little bit more. But now it's, I'm going to let it cook for another 30 minutes. But this time, about the last 10 minutes, I'm going to take the lid off. Okay? Actually, let me go in there and taste that again. Be good if I could get it with a piece of meat, but okay. Blow it again. You can use a little pepper. All right. And actually, it does need that other tablespoon of sugar. I'm still getting that bitterness. Like I said, it was only 2 tablespoons. Not even a quarter cup. And I'm gonna put just a little bit more salt, and I think that'll do it. All right. Some more tongs. Move this around a little bit. And another 30 minutes on simmer. Okay, y'all, we're wrapping it up. So 2 tablespoons of sugar is a little bit too much for this pot. It came out, it was a little too sweet. So I was like, oh no. But no need to panic. All I did was add more salt and pepper to it because it's not gonna need anything else. And that's what's gonna happen. You gotta just continue to taste it. Taste the liquid. You wanna season a liquid. Let me show you. This is what they call that pot liquor. I don't know if you can see. You wanna be able to see like the pepper granules in it. If you can't see the pepper, it ain't enough in there. And so you want to be able to see that and then taste it and get the taste that you want. So I added more salt and pepper to it. And you guys, these bad boys taste divine. Okay, and also since this was cooking so long, it was already boiling for an hour and a half, and then it cooked 30 minutes in here. The meat was just coming off the bone. I took the tongs and I was able to get the meat off the bone. See if I can show you right in here. You see that meat? And there's some other places in here where I got some of this meat off this bone. And so I'm going to finish I'm going to take the meat off the bone. And actually, we really could, now that I think about it, you know, I could just eat them like this. Because like I said, I got it to taste. Well, let me see if you can see that. You see, it's kind of hot, but I've already started tearing it off. So there's some right there too. So anyway, you want to tear the meat off the bone and then remove the bones. See, take that out and throw that in the trash. And then that's it. I'm just going to let it boil a little bit more. So, but yeah, that's the greens, y'all. Look at that color. You know, it looks like soul food, black people greens. So there you go. Let me know how this turns out. You can check me out also on YouTube. Shauna in the kitchen. I got some other stuff there. Y'all know my biscuits and cornbread and all that stuff. So yeah, don't add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Just about 1 will do. 1, maybe no more than 1.5. And then just season to taste with your salt and pepper after adding your greens to your smoked neck bones that have been boiling. Some garlic. You want to add some salt, pepper, seasoning salt, pepper, red pepper, and onion. That's it. You know, you probably could add garlic powder if you don't have the garlic cloves, but the garlic cloves just really give it a good flavor. And I just wish you were here. All right, bye-bye.